Welcome to NASCAR City and the Charlotte Motor Speedway for race 13 of the EPRL Bass Pro Shops Cup Series Season 8. We are here for a 40-lap event at this 1.5-mile racetrack located right in the middle of Charlotte, North Carolina, right next to all of the race shops and the NASCAR Hall of Fame. On the pole is Mitch Speed, alongside is Courtney Simpson. Starting third is Kurt Keselowski. Fourth will be Jake Smith. And rounding out your top five is going to be Richard Johnson, who's had a really solid season. Just kind of been pretty quiet about it. He's 13th in points. He could contend for a championship if he can get a win under his belt. So let's get you the command to fire the engines here at Charlotte.
Drivers, start your
Keselowski, Smith, your front four. Green flag goes in the air. We're underway at Charlotte. Great start by Mitch Speed and Kurt Keselowski. Speed as he's looking for the lead down the backstretch for the first time. Keselowski wants redemption from a few heartbreakers this season. Oh, Simpson's in the wall. Jake Smith makes contact. They come across the line for the first time. Richard Johnson. Comes Jacob Stokes. Robert got his first DNF at Dover. He was off Jack and Lindy. Only two drivers with no DNFs. Their first DNFs of the year, so their streaks are over. But I believe that is the furthest into the season anybody's ever gone. Anthony Emery is there as well. Closing in on this. And he's going to do it. Across the start-finish line, Mason Wood's going to give him a run for his money, but the caution is out. It looks like Drew Lawson has Evan McClain has got damage. Sean Galligan, Hayden Klein, Brandon Lane, and Joshua Balkin. Caution's out for the first time in this race. Let us with caution. Alright, well, Courtney Simpson is really struggling with her race car. Kyle Smith of the wall further up, but Simpson hits it. Comes off into Drew Austin. That's the second time Simpson has knocked over the wall coming out of turn 4. Tyler Chance driving Carter Keselowski's car. He raced one season ago and he won the Coca-Cola 600 with. He gets damage in this. Evan McClain is going to come up in this. Joshua Balkin. Ooh. Ryan Acosta got some. Evan McClain turns Courtney Simpson into the outside wall. Drew Austin gets clipped in the quarter panel and goes around. So, looks like that has what triggered this caution, and nobody else wrecked after. So, let's get you back to the restart. We're actually going to get you back green a little bit early so we can show you some of the special paint schemes for this race. Right, we are back live. I'm going to get you the restart, but we want to point out all of the patriotic paint schemes for this race. Robert Piet, the leader, has one of the U.S. Air Force, and has some stars on the spoiler and also on the shark fin. Second place, Mason Wood. He has he does have some stars on that car. He has a red, white, and blue car as well. A little bit. Richard Johnson does not have a patriotic paint. Jacob Grant, he has some stars on that Quaker State car. David Rochester has some red, white, and blue stars on red, white, blue paint scheme that Jacob Stumpf has, so possibly not part of this race. Smiley face on that. Smiley face. Red, white, and blue for William Duncan. That is one of his primary cars. Jordan Mullins, Chris Summers, Leon Scott, paint schemes. Brandon Bain back at the peak. Sean Galligan racing the pink and purple car. Hayden Ryan driving the patriotic paint scheme. Carter was also Drew Austin isn't necessarily a he does have red paint. Lights on pace car are out, so we timed that out perfectly. Alright, so Robert Piet is going to get us back down to the green flag. We already pointed out this is special U.S. Air Force paint scheme. Rear bumper and spoiler. This is probably going to be one of the longer races of the year. This race could approach a little bit over half hour. Mason Wood and Anthony Emery, the front three as they come through the quad oval. Robert Piet got his first DNF, one race to go, but he's going to lead us back to the green flag. We're underway at the shot. Trying to take that spot away from Mason Wood. He does. New second place driver, Anthony Emery. Robert Piet is going to lead this out. Oh, hard into the outside wall is Anthony Emery. Now 3 wide for the lead. David Jones on the bottom. Let's go, boys. Don't make it 4 wide. Coming out of 4. Oh, hard into the outside wall. And now Robert Piet spins out. And hard into the outside wall, Richard Johnson and on his lid. Caution is out and a huge stack up. And Sean Galligan is on his lid. Anthony Emery is around. Dylan Young. Jeffrey Finge, your point leader, is in it. Julie Stewart, Drew Austin, Jordan Hippolito, Leon Scott, Luke Martin. Uncomfortable. Shops Cup Series race. Second lap. What a tough race. He will restart 10th. Jeffrey Finge might be done for the second straight race. Let's quick see if the point leader is out of the race or not. They may have to take the hood off that car. Either way, he's not going to be a threat to win this race, but he could still get a good finish. All right, he's not out of the race, but he will be in for an extended pit stop. Let's see what happens. All right, well, here it is. Well, we were talking about it. You cannot go 4 wide, and they didn't. You can't go 3 wide, they didn't. But you can't hit the wall that hard, not expect to and that's exactly what Robert Piet's issue was. And, ooh, into Richard Johnson. Mitch Speed is going to get into him, the pole sitter. Ooh, Jeffrey Finge, yeah, he looks like he's probably going to be out of the race. Tough break for the pole leader, but... Ooh, oh, what a hard... Whoa, what happened? Oh, no, is he flying? He's probably flying, isn't he, Richard Johnson? Oh, did he fly for a little bit? He probably did. Did you not just see that when he backed it into the wall? That didn't happen in the replay, but very strange activity going on here at Charlotte. Alright, let's back this up, and you can just get a flyby of the wreck. Alright, let's put the camera right here, and let's see what happened here. Oh, wait a minute, no. Let's back this up for you, and just watch all the carnage. Alright, this is going to be a very slow replay, but you're going to be able to see a lot of it. There's Zach Buchanan in the wall. We didn't point him out, but Robert Piet, Sean Henley off through the grass. That's going to help him out in the points. Oh, Charles Jackson got through the carnage, but his championship rival, Jeffrey Finge, got torn up. So that could definitely be a game changer in this championship. Remember, this race is technically past halfway, and that'll be interesting to see how that all goes over. Ooh, Connor Breton up in the air. Remember, he dominated last race. He's right now tied for second for the most laps led. He's up to 41. Whoa, somebody else just disappeared, I think. Interesting. Chris Summers, Ryan Acosta, Joshua Balkin, Julie Stewart. Okay, what is up with all those guys? They're like disappearing, coming back and everything. I don't know if you can tell, but there is Jordan Balkin, Tyler Chance, Evan McLean, Eddie Jones, Jacob Stumpf, Drew Austin, William Duncan just appeared right back onto the track. Schwartz is in it, Buchanan, Matthew McMurray with the smiley face. That card is not turning into a frowny face, but I'm pretty sure he is, but that's what happened. Here to bring out the second caution of the race. Let's get you back to the restart. Well, Garrett Jones will be right back to the line, but David Rochester's being scored as the leader here. Rochester is your leader, second is Garrett Jones, third Jacob Grant, fourth is John Dillon, and fifth is Sean Henry. Sixth is Charles Jackson, seventh Eddie Jones, eighth Matthew Murray, ninth Chris Summers, and tenth is Connor Breton. Down to the start finish line, green flag goes in the air. We are underway once again. Restart, but Garrett Jones is there, and he is not happy. Controversial call, EPRL officials made. Part of the and here we go through 3 and 4. Garrett Jones looking for the one spot. Ooh, Rochester just barely kisses the wall, and Garrett Jones is being forced to leave the lap. Doing hard to the outside wall is Sean Henry and David Rochester. Second is on Jacob Grant and Charles Jackson. Jackson. And he's going to take away the second position. And Jacob Grant pounds the outside wall. And Garrett Jones loses the ball. I think he could definitely threat Garrett Jones for this win. He is right now. Over John Hill. Garrett has second. Garrett Jones looking for win number 8 and get a big 2 wins of a lead. Charles Jackson is trying to work his way up. Series win. Coming out of turn number 4 through the quad oval. Garrett's going to lead the lap, but Charles is there. Leader, Charles Jackson. Oh, Garrett's hard into the outside wall coming out of turn 2. He drove this 42 car one season ago and had a lot of success with it. Now Jeffrey and Charles are going head-to-head going for this championship here in Season 8. Well off the pace. And up the racetrack is Charles Jackson. Jones to the bottom, and he's going to take over the lead. Brandon Bain is going to hold up Charles Jackson. Came out of nowhere to win Talladega, and now he's trying to do the same as Charlotte. We are halfway through this season. But I'll tell you what, when you get a driver that this season, he's the winningest driver in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series, you know he's going to be dangerous. Wants this one. Garrett Jones is going to be a driver. The race is hard. He won't recognize it. He's shown up the past. Laps in this race, and Garrett's in the wall. Here comes Charles Jackson on the outside, and he's going to lead this lap. This entire pack is getting held up very well. This in front of this is Jeffrey Findy, the championship rival Charles Jackson. Right there. Out. Whoa, coming out of 4, they almost wrecked, and Charles is barely going to lead the lap. But Garrett Jones down to the bottom, and he's going to take over. And Jeffrey Findy comes down in contact between Garrett Jones and Jeffrey. Jeffrey slides up now. His championship rival is side by side. He's going to block him. Charles trying to get around championship rival Jeffrey Findy. Now he's being called. He's too far off the pace. John going to the outside. Sean Henry's closing in. Patriotic race going on between these looks like there was nearly some contact. And Garrett's barely going to edge out Sean Henry for that. Race. He might just do it if he goes. Garrett's in the wall. Jeffrey Finley. Looks like he may be done for the race. Yep, that's what we were expecting. He's pretty much done. 2 DNFs in a row for the point leader. Looks like Charles will take over that comes Charles. Sean Henley gets into the wall. Charles Jackson takes the lead back away. Now they are approaching Brandon Bain. Sean Henley gets pinched. Garrett Jones trying to get around the 27, but now here comes John Dillon. Brandon Bain. Garrett Jones has had a lot of frustration in this race, and he's got to get around Brandon Bain. A lot of spots. This has already cost him about 4 positions. Now Summers is on the outside. Brandon Bain. Garrett's finally going to get to the bottom. So, uncalled for by Brandon Bain. Now Chris Summers is going to get held up. We got a caution. Caution is out. Looks like it's for Ethan Roberts. He's around. Whoa! That was close. I think they're actually racing back to the line right now. Charles looks to lead it back. We will probably get a restart around 5 laps to go, so let's see what happens. Bring up the caution. Here it is. Zach Buchanan looks like he may have gotten into Ethan Roberts. And that's the case. Comes up on him, spins the 40 around. Courtney Simpson just behind Zach Buchanan's teammates for Stuart Haas. Ethan able to avoid the wall. He's going to be driving the 24 Dr. Pepper car next season. Been made official, so Ethan here as Charlotte goes around. Charles Jackson. So let's get you back to the restart. 7 to go. Charles Jackson. David Rochester, 9th, Dylan Young, and 10th is Matthew McMurray. Back to the leaders, green flag comes in the air. Charles Jackson gets us back underway. Big hold up on Charles Jackson. Brandon Bain basically cost Garrett Jones this victory. He may come back to the to get clear of the 5. And Charles is in the garage area, and he knows that he can take the point lead if he wins this race, but we mentioned it before, he's not going to get aggressive. We've seen a lot of last lap passes lately, but Jones was able to pull it off. The last lap pass from Connor Breed. Charles Jackson, Sean Henley, and Garrett Jones are all up front. Garrett and Sean are probably thinking about those last lap passes. Anything can happen, because remember, all those lapped cars were caught within the first last and that's about how long this one's going to be. It's like these guys aren't very off the pace. A lot of the drivers that are off the pace started up near the front of the single file restart, and looks like that is probably good to get Charles Jackson the victory. Let's see of these front 4. 55 to 266, so 190. David Rochester, 3rd and 4th are the 2 fastest, but unfortunately, they still got to get around a few guys to win this race. For David Rochester, but I think Garrett Jones could still get there. He's within striking distance, but with just 3 laps to go, the chances are to win the race. Charles Jackson in this race. Two leaders. He was the fastest car earlier in this race, but he got held up. And when they come around, it'll be 2 to go. That could be a close one. Charles Jackson leads 2 laps to go. I wouldn't find out. He is catching Brandon at a very fast rate. Brandon halfway through turn 4. Charles entering turn 3. Brandon out of 4. This is going to be a close one. Charles Jackson is going to take the white flag. Will we see another last lap pass? Sean Henley and Garrett Jones are catching him, and we could run up on a lapped car. Last lap at Charlotte. I don't think they're going to catch Brandon. He has a little bit too much of a... Yeah, it looks like Charles is not going to catch the 27. As they come through the final corner, Garrett Jones looking for second, but he's not going to be able to get the opportunity to win. Wait, Brandon Bain is there! And Charles is in the wall! Garrett Jones on the outside is going to power around him and win the Coca-Cola 600! Incredible! Garrett Jones gets it done on a last lap pass. Incredible finish. Unbelievable. Brandon Bain, the driver that cost Garrett Jones earlier in this race, ends up winning him this one on the last lap. What an insane finish. Garrett Jones, win number 8, now has a 2-win lead on the all-time wins list. Let's get a replay of that finish. That was insane. Well, what could be the most impressive last lap pass, or the most impressive finish of a Bass Pro Shops Cup Series race is going to occur right here at Charlotte. Coming out of turn number 4, Brandon Bain. Look at Charles trying to get around him. He hits the wall. Sean is in the wall. And look at Garrett Jones power around them and win this race. I'm speechless. I am just speechless. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Jacob Stump, the only car still on this racetrack, but let's get you their finishing order for this event. Garrett Jones wins it, Charles Jackson 2nd, Sean Henley 3rd, David Rochester 4th, and Jacob Grant 5th. Dion Scott 6th, John Dillon 7th, Anthony Emery 8th, Matthew McMurray 9th, and Dylan Young rounds out your top 10. Robert Piet finishes 11th. Eddie Jones, Chris Summers, they're all there as well. Jeffrey Finn ended up 26th. Charles Jackson will get the point lead despite running into the wall on the last lap. He will have a 3-point lead heading off to Michigan. So there is 1st through 28th, and here's the rest. Carter Keselowski finishes last. He follows up his last season win here at Charlotte with his last place finish. So that's not the way he wanted to follow up his first career victory. Of course, it wasn't just last race, but it was one season ago at this racetrack. So it's been a season since Carter Keselowski has last visited victory lane, and he finished 41st in this, or 42nd in this one. But the spotlight to his good friend Garrett Jones. He is going to go to victory lane in the Coca-Cola 600, one of the biggest races of the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series season. Garrett Jones comes out on top as Charles Jackson with a heartbreaker on the last lap. So congratulations to the 18 M&M's Toyota Camry of Garrett Jones. Here's the celebration screen. Win number 8 for Garrett.